talk to Rich would start to go down this road, I think, to say that really prediction can be thought as a way of encapsulating those patterns in the world. And we talked about learning or not having to do the same thing twice and be able to use old information. So prediction, or storing and synthesis of knowledge, is very important. And then action, how a system actually acts upon its environment based on those perceptions and the things, the patterns it has learned from that world. So I like to think about, again, data, decisions, and goals with respect to how perception, prediction, and action facilitate that conduit from information to achievement. Cool. We're going to play a quick game. It's called Intelligent or Not. Did we play this in Neuro 210?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I am just telling you exactly the same things again. I hope it's better this time. Okay, we're going to do Intelligent or Not. You can't answer because you clearly know all the answers. Okay, Intelligent or Not? Toaster? No? Okay, cool. Roomba vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Yeah? Everyone's agreeing yes? Okay, cool. One of these thingies that you talk to and it buys stuff for you or tells you how to make a recipe? No's and yeses? Okay, awesome. That? No, clearly not. This. It can speak like 14 languages and pick up objects and put them in a trash can. Dance. Do improv on stage with one of my ex-graduate students. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right. Good. That was a good sample. So it's really funny when I do this every now and then, and your class was very different as well. When I did it at the Glen Rose the other day, almost all of them started to come out as yeses. And then sometimes everyone's like, no, none of these things are intelligent, including you giving the talk. And so the reason I did that is because I like us to be very clear, especially when we're trying to cross disciplines with the technologies that we might design or develop or wish to integrate. That we need to do that clarity of communication, we need to dispel some misconceptions about intelligence. And one of the most common is that intelligence is a straight line. That's already leading us to trouble. Because what usually happens, especially in the media or the popular press, is that there's human intelligence, and then every other single thing that is remotely technological is ascribed the same level of competency along this straight line of intelligence as human intelligence. That toaster, that Roomba, that speech recognition device, the robot, they're all considered to be one and the same in terms of their capabilities. Something a little more finesse that happens usually is that after a short period of time and a level of familiarity, then people will start to draw a line that looks more like this, which is that, oh, everything that I'm familiar with and I use on a regular daily basis, well, those are appliances. Sure, that toaster has some very adaptive processes in it that make sure my toast doesn't burn. Sure, the Roomba can build up localization maps and things that would have made MIT's head spin back in the early days of the previous century. But right now we're going to call all those appliances, despite the fact that they do use some fairly advanced machine learning and machine intelligence technology, and all the things we're less familiar with, we're going to call those all AI, and they're also as smart as a person. And this leads to major miscommunication, and so I'm hoping that no one here is going to do that, and if you have done that, then maybe you adopt a different way of talking about machine intelligence and the way that it relates to the things we use every day. I'd like to encourage you to think of it more like this, is that there's many different aspects of intelligence. We talked about one way to break down intelligence, say the way that a system might take actions, the way that a system might perceive the world, the way that it might make decisions. And so if we think about intelligence along many different axes, and we think about the data, the decisions, and the goals, then we can say that, okay, well, I'm very good at certain things. I'm really good, arguably moderately good at sensory motor tasks, although I did spell T on my foot. But if you ask me to do a lot of math, probably my Excel spreadsheet is already better at doing math than I am. Wolfram Alpha is probably significantly better. I can play Go, but AlphaGo is a better Go player than I am, but it's not going to be able to not burn my toast. If we start to think about exactly what systems are doing, how they perceive the world, what data they use, how they make decisions and goals, and then compare those to relevant aspects of our general feelings on intelligence, we can be much more clear when we're talking about intelligence and how intelligence relates to the problems or concepts or ethical dilemmas that we're actually facing. So I really want to encourage everyone to think about it more like this. Maybe not using my framework that I proposed, I just wanted to give you an example, but come up with your own framework of how you classify the aspects of intelligence, and then when you speak about it, speak very clearly about precise areas of intelligence or competencies of intelligence. This is my encouragement to you, and one of the main goals I was hoping to achieve today is just to get you to think about that. Questions right now? You looked like you had a question. I was like, maybe you have a question? No, okay, cool. Okay, so if we believe that we can use machine intelligence fruitfully, but we don't know why, we can define intelligence in some ways so that we can actually talk about it clearly, we might then ask, well, why is everyone so excited about it? Like, why? And Osmar told you a lot of the whys, so I'm just going to maybe rehash a little bit. But, I mean, we see people in the healthcare system, in finance, in energy, resources, transport, every single sector is now saying, oh, wow, we don't know what this AI thing is, but we need some of it because it makes us better, right? And the answer is arguably yes. The why, I think, maybe can be broken down into these concepts here, which is one, is that machine intelligence, it gives us enhanced control over this wild, squishy world we live in. It gives us a better handle on all the complexity of daily life and better abilities to control that complexity. In others, it does something that we've, as a species, wanted to do since we were probably rolling knuckle bones of sheep or gazing into pieces of smoky glass trying to see the future, is that machine intelligence gives us a small window into what will happen next. Sometimes that window is incredibly small, on the order of milliseconds or microseconds. Sometimes we can begin to forecast what will happen tomorrow or next week or next year. And so machine intelligence, people believe, is giving us more of that crystal ball that we've always wanted, that look into the future of our world. And the final bit is that it really gives us general tools to solve very hard problems. The Swiss Army knife of technologies. Ray Kurzweil has said that intelligence is the most powerful phenomenon in the universe. I'm probably paraphrasing the quote badly. But I mean, if you think about being able to harness the most powerful phenomena in the universe and turn it into tools that help us live our lives, you can imagine why people are very excited about intelligent systems technology and why they might want to deploy it. Yes?
What's the relationship